रात के 3 बज रहे हैं और हम लोग कॉन्जरिंग अभी भी वापस देख के आ रहे हैं। कभी बोलने का नहीं, वी गाइस आर नॉट डेडिकेटेड टू द टास्क। फटी पड़ी है, बट वी गोना रिव्यू कॉन्जरिंग द लास्ट राइट्स टुडे। Conjuring the Last Rites है हमारी फोर्थ एंड फाइनल एंट्री इनटू द Conjuring सीरीज। अगर आपको सीरीज के बारे में नहीं पता हो तो दिस वाज क्रिएटेड बाय जेम्स वॉन बैक इन 2010, आई थिंक 2011 या 2013 के बीच में इसका पहला पार्ट आया था। एंड उसके बाद से दिस इज नाउ द फोर्थ पार्ट दैट इज जस्ट कम आउट, एंड व्हाट अ राइड दिस एंटायर सीरीज इज हैड। आज हम बात करने जा रहे हैं लास्ट राइट्स के बारे में एज द फाइनल एंट्री। डज दिस मूवी एक्चुअली अर्न एंड काइंड ऑफ कीप द नेमसेक फ्रॉम द Conjuring सीरीज, और इज दिस जस्ट समथिंग दैट दे हैव क्रिएटेड जल्दी में, and is this something that does not live up to the reputation? We're going to discuss in the review today. The premise and the plot of the movie is quite simple, very similarly to what you've seen in the past. There is one family that is being haunted, the Smurf or the Smurf family, that is actually being haunted by a very strong demonic presence. And ye demonic presence in some shape or form also links back to something that Ed and Lorraine Warren have also encountered in their past, and it has a very deep-rooted tragedy to them as well. And this being the final case and the final entry that they actually solved and actually became a part of, this movie in itself had a lot riding on its shoulders. Being a part of the Conjuring franchise in itself, and जितनी successful ये series अभी तक रही है, there were obviously a lot of expectations, and the director does a fantastic job. He knows exactly what is expected out of him, and I'm really glad that this is the final hurrah that we're getting for the Conjuring. The atmosphere, the tension, the presence, the setup, all of it is great. I think the director knew exactly how to utilize its characters, how to utilize its demonic presence, how to utilize the entire screenplay as well to create that tension throughout the movie. Actually, Ed and Lorraine ko literally till the second half, you don't see them getting involved with the case, and that actually has to do with how well the overall screenplay is written, how tightly it's knit, and how intensely it is something that kind of grips them and pulls them back into this world of supernatural and the occult, even when they have decided that they don't want to be a part of this anymore. The movie does a great job in fleshing out all the characters, in setting up the victims that are also being haunted by this demonic presence, and how this links back to their very personal past and a tragedy that occurred with them. The movie really excels in creating a very tense atmosphere, and जिस टाइप की इन्होंने लाइटिंग यूज करी है, जिस टाइप की इन्होंने ट्रिक फोटोग्राफी यूज करी है, like you have already seen in a lot of our previous Conjuring sequels, this movie obviously keeps that up it really well. But obviously in comparison, it is very natural that you will also compare this entry to the previous entries that have been a part of this series. I felt इस series के अंदर the stakes were maybe higher because of what they set up in the beginning, but the scares were actually slightly lesser, I would say, but still very effective nonetheless. There are jump scares, there are actually earned scares as well, and all of them do a great job, which makes this overall movie, the entire viewing experience, fantastic. हम Ed and Lorraine Warren को last time screen पे देख रहे हैं, and even their chemistry on screen is always so warm. It is so good to see Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga as this couple. Just kind of them being this very nice, warm couple, and them having these very heartfelt moments of family. That is also something that really, sticks with you, really connects with you. आप उनकी family को, you actually see them as a family. It does not feel pretentious. At no point does it feel like they're acting. They actually feel like they're a couple that really cares about each other, and they do have some understanding about this really sinister occult world. And in some shape or form, they're always trying to help out the victims within this family. Same for the family as well. The acting performances across the board were great. I think all of them did a phenomenal job. All of them really understood the role and the task they had at hand. The director has been able to get out great performances for all of them. And one thing I would definitely want to give a shout out to the director for is being able to utilize camera work in such a phenomenal way, क्योंकि उन्होंने इतने amazing एक दो shots लिए हैं that leave you speechless, that leave you breathless, that make you feel like there is something literally coming towards you. पर इसका मतलब ये नहीं है that this is the perfect horror movie. There was एक छोटा gripe तो मेरे को जो feel हुआ that I really want to talk about. Movie में बहुत कुछ होता है and बहुत कुछ बहुत seriously होता है. So this is not some demonic presence that is very lightly taken. It is quite powerful. But जिस तरीके से वो उसको फिनाले में wrap up करते हैं, I think it was slightly abrupt. अब्रप्ट भी नहीं बोलूंगा, इट फेल्ट स्लाइटली इनकम्प्लीट. आई फेल्ट समथिंग, जो आप पूरी मूवी में इतने पावरफुल देख रहे हो प्रेजेंस को, उसको जिस तरीके से इन्होंने रैप अप कर दिया, फेल्ट अ लिटिल टू कन्वीनियंट. आई फेल्ट द स्टेक्स इन द फिनाले शुड हैव बीन स्लाइटली मोर हायर. बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, आई थिंक दैट इज probably the only gripe or the only small nitpick that I have with the movie. Otherwise, the movie does a fantastic job in setting up the tension, the atmosphere, the mood, the demonic presence, all of it, and you're really sold and you're really with Ed and Lorraine Warren on their final ride. Final thoughts अगर देने लगूं मैं अपने, if you've been a fan of the Conjuring series, this is definitely one that you want to check out in the theaters. I think the director really understood the job that he had at hand. I think the actors really understood the screenplay and the overall script, and everyone's done brilliantly to kind of give us this final viewing experience, the final hurrah in the great Conjuring series. And I think ये entire series जाने वाली है in the history of cinema as one of the most successful and one of the greatest horror film franchises ever. This is definitely one that I'm going to be watching again and again, as very similarly with the rest of the Conjuring series as well. Let me know guys if you guys have already seen the movie. हम लोग आधी रात को देख के आ रहे हैं. You have no idea मैं अपनी गाड़ी तक कैसे पहुंचा हूं. तो अगर थोड़ा सा भी ये रिव्यू आपको अच्छा लगा हो तो प्लीज एक लाइक जरूर ड्रॉप करना. And we will see you guys with a lot more content. Like, share and subscribe as always, and we'll be back with more.
Bounce up on a Tuesday night. Straight legs home like a neon fight. Got a story but I keep it tight. Not so harsh, not so bright.